So hello there and welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at keyframes, adding smooth gentle motion to your scenes, which I've actually been using quite a bit if you've been watching my recent films. There's a fair amount of motion going on and none of it's real. The camera's set on a tripod or sitting somewhere totally still, and I've added the motion in post during using these techniques. Which I think if you're using something close up, whereas you won't get a 3D feel obviously, whereas you would if you was using slider or some other form of motion handheld. But for distant shots like this, adding a little bit of motion, making it feel a bit more cinematic, I think it can add quite a bit. So click on your image and open up your editing box here, which has got the motion thing around here. So first things first, zoom in just a little bit. One thing you certainly need to be using is high resolution scenes, because if you're outputting at HD, you're zooming in on a HD image. I know I am here, but that's just for ease of use for rendering and making sure this tutorial runs smoothly. So yeah, you want high resolution because you're going to be resampling stuff to recreate a HD output and lose quality. So I have done it. If you keep it really minor, you can probably get away with it, but it'd be better quality if you're using HD, or if you followed my tutorial on making time lapses, where I've made them in Premiere Pro, and you're outputting high resolution 4 or 5K time lapse scenes. So zoomed in a bit, then we'll just scroll over this way a little bit and click position. That adds a keyframe, so that's marked where it's saved where that point is. And if we shoot to the end, we run it the other way, it automatically adds another keyframe after you've added one on the timeline. We shoot back, press play. There's a nice smooth panning shot, and all you've done is shot your thing on a tripod. So the shot's proper still, motion's proper still because it's done in post. And yeah, I think the main key is make sure it's really subtle. Don't move the cap. Make sure you're not making massive movements or quick movements, because it's not gonna look very cinematic. So we'll delete that. Yes. And so yeah, the left one here, this is the pan, moves it left and right. This one here, I don't know the technical term, but it moves it up and down. So we'll just move that down to there. Click your position, shoot to the end, roll that the other way, automatically adds it in, shoot to the end, press play, and now we've got the camera slowly moving upwards. Just drop back to the beginning. Another one you can do, that doesn't matter, delete that. Yes. Another one is a zoom shot. Obviously, like this one is highly dependent on the resolution of your source footage. So you add in your keyframe, just skip to the end. It's all at 159. You can see quite clearly. That'll do. It's automatically added a keyframe. You've got a nice smooth zoom in shot. As long as you got nothing close in the foreground, I think this will affect anything actually. If there's something close in the foreground and you do this, it's not going to have a 3D feel. It could possibly look a bit odd. But if you go for wide shots like this, it's going to look perfectly fine. And there's one more movement you could do, which will work fine if it's zoomed in. Is you got this one here, rotation. It's really going to look stupid, but I'm not going to find the right clip to show you guys, as it's easy enough just to use the same clip. Doesn't matter what it looks like, you're getting the idea of what you need to do. So yeah, just move it to wherever you want. Make sure you pay attention to the corners depending on how much you've zoomed in, because you don't want to end black corners appearing anywhere. So again, same process. You've added your keyframe at the start, and just move that. Start at -7, we'll put it to 1. Now you've got a nice smooth rotating camera. And yeah, things I have to say is high resolution source, higher than you're actually planning on outputting, and don't push it. Keep these movements subtle and it'll look far more cinematic and more professional. If you start waving the camera around and stuff, it's, well, you know what I mean, it's going to look a bit silly. And I've seen a few time lapses appear with really random movements on them, and where the camera like zooms in and then pans and zooms back, sort of thing. And yeah, I think that looks pretty silly personally, but each to their own, I guess. Anyway, hopefully you found this useful, and you can take it to your own productions. And hopefully you'll subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks a lot.